Hello Pookies and welcome to my new video. If you're new here, hi, I am Lex. Today I figured I'd make a compilation of all of the idea videos that I've featured showcasing some space filler ideas. So this is your master compilation. This is where you'll find all of the ideas that I have featured as of October 2025 for filler ideas for your island. Small ideas, large ideas, you'll find the whole mix here. So I hope you enjoy this little trip down memory lane. I decided to start off with my own island just because I did this build very recently, my little sunflower garden, and I really like how it turned out. I think it's cute and it does indeed take up a lot of space. I guess the idea here would be to plant a lot of trees, use waterscaping, use bridges to take up space, and you can create really picturesque areas this way. This area does border my museum, so as you can see, buildings can factor into how you structure the large areas you need to fill. I just thought that this was a cute idea because it's just a lot of plants and stuff, you know, it's cute, it's got a lot going on. Also, ignore the pink trees, I didn't mean to time travel. Actually, I guess I'm not time traveling currently. I meant to time travel away from cherry blossom season, but here we are. Next, I visited this incredibly stunning, elegant city island, and look at that centerpiece with the statues, absolutely amazing. As you can see, there's water on either side, so waterscaping does also factor in here, but this takes up so much space, and it looks so organized and so beautiful, and once again, we also have bridges factoring in. This is just a whole scene, and I was obsessed with it. I love the way the statues were situated. I decided to run over and see how it looked on the other side, so if you're walking in front of the villager houses, which, might I add, are so cute and they fit together so well. But look how cute it looks over here too. You can still kind of see the centerpiece and it's still very beautiful. So I was just really impressed with this whole setup. It was like simultaneously organized, but also very creatively done. Also, I had to double back because look at this second large space filler. I mean, the symmetrical bridges did it for me. This looks stunning. After watching Kato's tour of her island and being recommended this spot by someone on Instagram, I knew I needed to visit this beautiful poppy field. I mean, stunning. I can't even comprehend this. I love everything about it. The wind turbines are so cute, and the little custom designs in between the flowers, the waterscaping, the little waterfalls on the right side, everything fits together absolutely perfectly, and I was so excited to visit this island and see kind of how it fit into the island. This happens to be pretty close behind resident services, so it wasn't hard to find, and I just highly recommend visiting this dream because, wow. Such a stunning, supernatural view. I just love it so much. I also like the way Kato arranged furniture around this area. You can see how the cliffs end and how there are plants and this bike, the table. There are things filling up the space here besides just the flowers and everything. It's so cohesive. Another really brilliant way to fill the large spaces on your island is to use waterscaping to create shapes with the land that you have. So this creator, as you can see, made a beautiful crescent moon island. It looks stunning, especially with all of the Nova items, the crescent moon chair, all of it looks great, and I love all of the colors that factor into this scene, especially here at sunset. It makes everything so much more ethereal. You can kind of see the Nova items being illuminated, so everything just looks, I mean, fabulous. I would love to vacation here. I'm also not usually one to use a lot of pink, but this island makes me want to use it more. I wanted to cover as many themes as possible in this video, and I don't even know how to categorize this because I was just blown away. Look how magnificent this scene is. As I walked up the bridge, or not the bridge, as I walked up the incline, I was shook. I was like, whoa, like what am I seeing? This creator, a fellow Animal Crossing YouTuber, has made like a little village that you can look down at. It's like a perspective thing. All the doll houses look like big houses if you're looking from this angle, and it just, wow. The fake building in the background, I want to do a video just with ideas for making like false buildings using simple panels, but this is an amazing example of that. I mean, Tealhawk is apparently a genius because this just blew me away. I can't stop looking at it. Like, I can't imagine how much time this took, and it certainly fills a lot of space. I visited this island in my previous 15 ideas video, but I just had to visit it again because I remembered this soccer field that was here. And it's like an overgrown soccer area. You can see there's a little picnic even happening here. There are weeds everywhere. The custom designs work to make the ground feel more textured, more like it's been growing plants all these apparent years since this was last used. I love the way everything is situated, the way the chairs, like the public benches, are like just put in this area. Also, the drink and snack machines are such nice details. They really make the area feel more authentic and realistic, I guess. I just really loved this. I thought it was a great idea for filling space. For some more overgrown vibes, I decided to visit this little bee farm, and isn't it absolutely beautiful? The mixture of flowers here is perfect. All of the colors mesh so well, and I love seeing the butterflies that were flying around as I filmed. I mean, this is just so cute, so beautiful. I love the honeybee model. It was just so well thought out. I like how the furniture is arranged among the flowers. It makes it feel like they're all super surrounded, but they still have a place. And yeah, I could have stayed here all day. Also, I love this little hammock area just to the left. I feel like that's such a nice place just to lounge, feel the spring air, and look at that overhead shot. I really struggle to make anything look good from overhead, but this, gorgeous. I guess it could also be garden inspiration if that's what you're looking for. Next, I ventured to a different kind of farm, a little pumpkin farm, and look how cute this is. I absolutely love the silo item, that furniture item. I just think it pops off no matter where you put it, really. It just really makes an area. I guess because it has height, unlike a lot of the regular furniture, it's similar in size to a tree. So I just love that. I think this is so cutely arranged, and little scarecrow really just makes the area for me. Everything about this is so well thought out and beautiful. Also, I thought it was super cute how this little stump was in the center of the path here. Very nice. I always forget that you can just cut the trees down and it's almost like a new furniture item, but very precious. I hope that this island is familiar to you because it is built by another fellow YouTuber, Life of Ness. I adore Ness, and I think you will too. Definitely check out her channel. As you can see, she has so much talent and creativity to offer. I thought this area was so stunning. It's kind of like two conjoined courtyards. I love the tree as a centerpiece here and the little cafe on the right. All of it is precious, and I just wish that, like, I could see it with a little villager sitting there. That would be so cute. But as you can see, there's kind of like a double courtyard dynamic, because when you walk forward, there's the fountain courtyard with the Valiant statues, very majestic and grand, and also super beautiful. This island really struck a chord with me because it had a lot of the overgrown vibe that I really love for Antilia, and I just thought this land bridge was so creative. I love the different sides of it, how they look, how it looks all together. I mean, look how beautiful this is. So much green. It's so calming, and this time of day, of course, is beautiful. We've got the almost turquoise sky at sunrise. And like I said, the areas on either side are so cool. This side you can see is an excavation site, sort of, which I just think is so creative, and it's beautifully done here. I very much so liked running down the bridge. I proceeded to visit a huge mush forest. This is so lovely and definitely takes up a ton of space. Also, look at the little owl. What a good young fellow. We love to see it. Anyway, I just thought this was decorated so well. Look at all of the bug models we have here, and also just caught bugs. Everything is so well placed. We've also got like little frog custom designs, which super cute. I guess those are toads actually. And then we've got the umbrella trick with a crate. Just amazing. Custom design creators amaze me. But as you can see, this stretches for a good amount of time before separating into different areas in the rest of the island. So if you have a long vertical space, definitely consider doing a forest path. I think they always turn out very beautiful, and you have so much opportunity with them. You can place pretty much anything in a forest path. It really doesn't matter what theme you're using. So this was just perfect example. I dashed over to Lost Falls because there are a lot of large spaces here, and I ran into my clone. That is not the real Lex, not anymore. I am Lex. Anyway, I won that, but on Lost Falls, I have like a canyon sort of thing. As you can see here, the cliffs separate and there's kind of like a little valley in between, and I think that was super cute. It's a great way to fill space because terraforming in general is going to take up a ton of space. But, I mean, there's not really anything here in terms of buildings. It was just a lot of terraforming that I did, some foresty elements, and I think it turned out really well. I think it takes up space, but it doesn't look like a space filler. It's just some beautiful scenery to walk through on your trip through Lost Falls. This is my favorite view in the area, I think. For some natural kind of foresty inspiration, I decided to visit this island. As you can see, there's a large lake space here, which just in general, lakes are a good way to fill a lot of empty space, but they do require a huge space of land. I'm hoping some of you that clicked on this video have that. I think the little islands here are so clever and it's just so cute. We have a little hop area. I definitely struggle on this second little island to jump across, but I do eventually reach the Stonehenge Island. I think Stonehenge is so interesting in real life, and it makes for a great intriguing little area on your Animal Crossing island, so we love to see it. I journeyed forth next to this lovely museum area. I think this is so cool. You get dual inspiration both for large areas and for your museum, because look at that view. Just great. No other words for it. It's just amazing. I just think it's cool how there's a little courtyard, and then if you go up, you can see this little bridge here, which is so tiny. I love it. The creator has also incorporated some other things here, like a fossil digging area and a little waterfall, which I think is super precious. Everything is just so neatly arranged. I thought it was very pretty, very well done. Next, I went to the Twilight paradise of Serenity. I think this island is just gorgeous. All of the colors create such a beautiful dynamic. And again, we have a large area that is shaped by the waterscaping. The water takes up a lot of space here, and you can see the land has so much going on. Look at all of these trees we've got here. I love that there are also fruit trees because I feel like I shy away from those and only use hardwood trees and cedar. But this just looks great, especially with the illuminated items. Since it is like dusk, it's getting dark, all of the illuminated items are so bright. Did I just almost die saying that? Yes. But I just think this is so gorgeous. I love this area, and I hope you do too. I hope it's inspiring, because that is all I have for you today, guys. Without further ado, we're just gonna hop right into this first island. I decided to visit this one first because I thought it was interesting that it was on a beach. This is a super small area to decorate, and I think the creator has done such a good job of balancing the space here. There's so much furniture in this small space, but it doesn't feel cramped. It feels like such a cozy little camping area, and I think that's great. One way that the creator has tied this area together is through color. There's so much green and white. It all looks so cohesive and just really great together. I think this was a brilliant way to fill this tiny beach. This next island featured two small spaces right beside each other, so I decided to check it out, and I mean, this is a classic. Everyone knows that you can lean on the picnic to fill any small space, and it's so versatile. You can really do anything with your picnic, incorporate any colors, any furniture. It just always looks so cute like this. This other area, I thought it was so precious how it was arranged. There's a barrel, a garden wagon, stuff you might not even consider putting together, but it all looks so good in front of this little bridge backdrop that we've got. The next small space happens to be on the peninsula. I thought it was so cute how the creator used trees to make this area feel full and cozy. The plants play such a big part in making this small space, but also the furniture. I am a sucker for the new Bunny Day items, so I love that there's a topiary here and it looks so cute holding the egg out. I mean, that's just precious. Also, I love that it has Easter vibes, but also just kind of casual lounging vibes. You'd come over here and have like a little picnic. You'd drink some tea, eat some cake. It's such a calming little space, and it's just a few furniture items and plants. I always try to represent a lot of different themes in the game, and I thought this island was a great example of an elegant kind of city island, and there are twin small spaces on either side of this central waterfall. So I'm not looking at the area as a whole, but just these little side parts. They're so great. I love the like cobblestone custom pathing we've got through here. It leads, as you can see, to an infinity pool in the back, which is large space filler idea if you're still looking for that. And then, I mean, the custom designs and everything are so cute. All of the blue really adds up. It just, what a stunning area. I also like that it kind of is, it's like twinning on both sides. It's pretty symmetrical, really nice layout, and it's a way to fill that space and make it feel natural to the island, which I really appreciate. Small spaces, of course, range in size, but this area is truly tiny. It's just a few blocks, and look at how well it's decorated. We've got a stall here, a little flower stall. I like that the heart bouquet is turned around. That gives like such a unique furniture item. I didn't even know what it was at first. And then the little boots on the puddle, that's so cute. I also really appreciated the use of the umbrella design that's made to look like a flower box right beside the garden wagon. I just thought this was so well done. And again, we've got plants playing an important role in this small space. All of the like empty grass is filled with pumpkins, flowers, trees, and they really tie the area together. Another really tricky small space to fill is the area between villager houses, especially if you've arranged them in a neighborhood like this one. I mean, as you can see here, we've got a little laundry post between the two houses, and literally there are only 6 furniture items here, counting the custom umbrella design, and look at how full this space feels. And it really works because this is a neighborhood. It makes sense that there would be a place to do laundry. I love the socks on the ground. That's such a unique and nice touch. I mean, of course there would be something dropped on the ground near where you're doing laundry. I just think this is so well done and so versatile. You can definitely match it to any theme. This next idea I think is very easily adaptable between large spaces and small spaces. This is a shrine, and it has elements of symmetry and asymmetry here that just make it feel so natural and ethereal and fitting for this beautiful island. I love that it's in cherry blossom season. We've got the extra, mystical cherry blossoms floating through the air. And like I said, this is so easily adaptable between themes and space sizes. You could make this so much bigger than it is. You could do it without the water around it to make it even smaller. There are so many options here, and I just think this is a brilliant idea. Another adaptable idea, like I mentioned on the second island in this video, is the picnic. As you can see, we have completely different furniture here. It's in a completely different area, different surroundings, and it still fits so well. I especially liked this area because it once was a large space, but via custom pathing and trees and this picnic itself, the picnic is a very small space. You can incorporate this pretty much anywhere on your island, even on the beaches, and it's bound to look so cute, especially with the color coordination that you see here. The orange, the green, the yellow, all of the surroundings really match the super earthy vibe here, and it's so nice. I just adored this area. A very creative way to fill small space is to do a painting area like this one. Look how cute this is. We've got the monarch butterfly model and a little bear painting her, and I mean, the custom designs are just fantastic. We've got them on both these easels and the little painting set, and it just makes it so cute. I mean, imagine taking photos here with a friend, you sitting on the stool, a friend sitting by the little log stool with the painting set. This is absolutely adorable. And again, we've got really nice color coordination. We've got orange flowers nearby that just enhance the area as a whole, make it feel full and cohesive. Another way to fill small spaces is to theme them around nearby buildings like this one, how this has become a little blacksmith shop, and it offers the use of very unique furniture that you don't see as often, like the armor shoes, the katana, the iron frame, all of these things that aren't really commonly used in Animal Crossing, but they look splendid here. This is such a nice idea and very creative and out of the norm. So I really loved this. I thought it was a great way to fill space. If you really want to get creative, I thought this was so inventive. This creator has hidden a pipe behind an orange tree that leads to the small space I wanted to feature. Here we've got a little, it's kind of like a picnic on the beach rocks. You can look out at the ocean. It's such a nice, calm spot, especially here at sunrise when everything feels so soft. And I just thought it was so cute that it was hidden away like this. There isn't a way to get here aside from the pipe, so you really gotta know the island's secrets, and I think that makes it fun. You can do that on your island too easily, and do any sort of area that I've featured so far only accessible via pipe, which is so cool, and it offers so much possibility and opportunity. As you can see, this area is super closed in. We've got waterfalls behind it, and it's just so beautiful, so tucked away. A super cute way to fill a small space is, just like here, using either custom designs or water itself to make a little pond. I thought this was so cute, especially with the grass standee. I never see that used, and it looks so great here. I love that Flora has little flamingo neighbors in her yard. That is precious, and I don't know, it fills the space, keeps it from feeling cluttered, but it still feels full and welcoming, and I thought that was fantastic. Like I said, you could also fill in a small space with an actual pond with the waterscaping tool, especially if you don't have access to custom designs, but this is such a lovely and fun way to fill space and keep it, you know, variable. You can add any sort of furniture here. I wanted to show off another extra tiny spot. So here, right next to resident services, which I thought was great, we've got like a mini campsite with a kid's tent, a cypress bathtub. I think it's great. I love how the colors have been coordinated here. As you can see, the custom design blanket is white and yellow, and the flowers here reflect that. They're all white and yellow, and the fan palm is great. It adds height as well as greenery to this tiny chunk of land, and I like that the cypress bathtub was used to fill in the random blocks right to the left of the tent. Everything here is so great, and it makes it feel so full. This is such a photogenic area, and it's literally so small. If you saw my most recent speed build, you'll know another great way to fill small space is using the new standees to make a camper van design. This has been a trend on Animal Crossing social media, and I think it's such a nice one, so aesthetic, and again, it's something that's super adaptable to pretty much any theme. I mean, unless you're doing, I guess, medieval theme, in which case there probably aren't vans, but otherwise, I mean, it looks so natural wherever it is, and I just thought this was such a cute setup. Specifically, I like the fact that we're using the Bunny Day planter box. The little Cosmo on the table is perfect, just lovely. And last but not least, I thought a great way to fill small spaces was to use Zen furniture, like the bamboo, the cypress bathtub. Everything here looks so cute and calm, and this is another thing that's super adaptable. As you can see, we've got like 2 mini areas for a little Zen spot, a little Zen garden. We've got the outdoor bath, bamboo furniture, plants, and it all looks so great. The first example I'm visiting today is very large. This is a little Froggy cafe overlook. I call it a cafe. It's Froggy chairs and lily pad tables. I think they're so cute, and this is a beautiful example of how you can introduce all sorts of colors into your island. I think the terraforming here is stunning as well, so I wanted to make sure I captured this view. I mean, how beautiful is this? And we've also got a view on the other side. I just think all of the colors are gorgeous, and I love the flowers that were used here too. This takes up a huge amount of space on the island. Up next, this little filler area is precious to me. This is a much smaller scale, how to use up like little pieces of land that you want to decorate. This is a little milk cart. Look at this. We've got the milk truck, so many milk items, even the little cheese, and then the like milk tins on the side. I just feel like all of the details here are perfect. Also, I think it looks really good in the context of the island. It was just the surroundings were really beautiful, and I don't know, I've never seen a build like this before. I've never seen a little milk truck like this, so I loved it. I thought it was adorable. Another example is here using all of this terraforming and then a centerpiece using the Titan Arum, I hope that's how you say it, and the gazebos. I thought this whole area was really well done. I love the pathing here. It's very close to resident services actually, and it does indeed take up a ton of space. So if you have big swaths of land that don't really have any decor, this is another idea to inspire you. I think the items that are used here are great, and I love the symmetry that's involved here as well. I love a good wheat field, but the real inspiration here is how this creator used terraforming to fill up this area. I love the sunken waterfalls with little cliffs you can use to hop across. So on one side we have a wheat field, and on the other a large garden. Look at how beautifully these pieces of land fit together. I just love that there's a little stream running through the bottom, and also, I don't know if you're like me, but I like just having the little hops around my island. Like, it's a cute way to break up just the dead run that I tend to do around my Animal Crossing island. Maybe that's just me, but that's another pro if you do this kind of terraforming to fill spaces on your island. That, and it's just really pretty. Again, I really appreciated the springy colors here. This next build is giving Studio Ghibli. It's giving the first scene in Spirited Away where the parents find, you know, that little market with all of the food out. It's so tempting, and also Animal Crossing food looks kind of delicious, you know what I mean? Like, kind of reminds me of anime food, how it always looks so much better than any real food ever will. That's how I feel about the Animal Crossing food. I thought this little street market was so cute, and I love that touch in the back we get of not just this food area in the front, but the flower shop behind it. I also appreciated the layering of all of these furniture items to create, you know, a building vibe. It was nice, and it took up a pretty good chunk of space. I want to make sure to go back to a smaller area here too. Right in front of Nook's Cranny, there was this empty little space where the pathing opened up, and I think this is so well done. Even though there are 2.0 items in use here, this area really reminded me of the beginning of the game. Maybe because of the terracotta pathing. That was my favorite path when I started Animal Crossing, and I don't know, it was so easy to navigate this island, and I thought this little seating space was so cute. I also love the glowing moss pond. It's one of my favorite items, and I haven't been able to use it on my islands yet. So I think this is great. I love to see it. I know that I said I was looking for filler areas that don't really revolve around a building, but I'm counting this villager's yard because I like the way it connects to the filler space behind it. So here we have kind of an intersection of sorts. We've got this garden here. It's like a little flower garden for this villager, and then if you walk up through the garden, there's this little well, and it sits kind of in the middle of this intersection. To the left is resident services, to the right is a bridge to the rest of the island. And I just really appreciate it. I think it's such a nice way to connect all of these areas. I mean, look how pretty it is. And also this little garden is just so cute. It connects to the beach as well. I just thought this was a brilliant use of space. Another small area is this one I really love. It's just, oh my gosh, look at these little benches in front of Nook's Cranny. How cute is that? That's not what we're here to see, but I guess you can use that as inspiration as well. Look at this seating space. I think it's so cute. It's tucked between both an incline and a bridge, and I really appreciate how close the tree is to the bridge. I feel like I can never get it to work out right. Like, I can never get trees close enough to the bridge that they feel right, but this one does. I also like the framing with the street lamps, and I appreciate that this little seating area has a nice view. We've got that building to the left, and then, well, we've got Sprinkle as well walking around. But I just thought this was precious and so calming. This felt like a lovely spring island to me. Up next, I wanted to feature this area specifically because it has a butterfly pond. Look at that butterfly-shaped terraforming. I love it. I also appreciate this little campsite. I think the surroundings are really cute here. The pathing is really well done and complex, and I just think it's a nice little resting area. It's like one big campsite. It's also near some villager houses, but I'm counting this as a filler area because this doesn't really count as a yard, you know? This is like a community center. But look at all these features around. I love the colors in use, like this bright pop of blue, and I just really like all of the different flower colors that come into use here as well. I can't stop looking at the water terraforming, so good. I love this wide pathing, first of all, but look at this tiny filler space here where there's a gap in the road pathing. It's so cute! I feel like I would have incorporated too many furniture items myself, but this creator really leaned on fencing and bushes to fill the space, and then we have this really simple street lamp and bench to act as furniture for the area. I thought it was so pretty. I love the way the garden wagon looks here, especially from this angle. How cute. I just thought this was super adorable and very small. Kind of like the intersection featuring the well that we saw earlier in the video, I thought this was a great example of a transition space as a filler area. So this is mostly pathing, but I love the furniture that marks it. I love the way the path winds around that tree stump, and even the use of the very large item of the outdoor bath. This is another big area, but I think this one is actually pretty applicable across, you know, sizes of areas you need to fill, because this kind of inspiration really could apply to a path, you know, half or even a quarter the size of this one. But I really loved how all of the colors fit together, and it was so calming. Y'all, I was blown away with this one. This is a bakery. It's 2 stories too, and I think the mix of simple panels and the new building items like medieval building sites and the castle items, oh my gosh, the combination was just executed perfectly here. I don't think I've ever seen a bakery like outside on the island that I've appreciated this much. It looks so realistic, even in this view. I mean, check it out. It literally looks like a building. And it's all furniture. It's not an art. Oh my gosh. My mind boggled. I love this build so much. It was gorgeous in person too. Some of you may know that I'm currently working on a cherry blossom island. No, I haven't actually started working on it, but it's in my brain. And so I thought this little shrine was really inspiring. I love all of the colors that come into play. I love the items that were used, like the donation box here. I just thought it was so cute. And again, all of the colors around are just beautiful. I thought it was also cool that the shrine is literally like up against resident services. You can see the plaza in the bottom right corner. I just thought it was well set up. Also, look at the pergolas. They're so pretty. I was very impressed. I hope you'll appreciate with me that this is Port Angeles. This is a Twilight Saga inspired island. I kept hitting furniture because I'm dumb, but look at this port. I didn't count it as being like a part of the shopping center because it's kind of separate. Like the shop is over there, this is the port, whole different builds. It counts. And I thought it was cool also because, again, taking up a ton of space, the docks in between the yachts, I think, was a great idea because you can have all these extra furniture items that really lend character to the area, I think. Again, watch me run into items multiple times. It's fine. I was really impressed by this though, and I loved it because I found a little duck pond at the end. Look at them! Cuties! This next build also happened to be near Nook's Cranny, but it was a community area. So first the basketball court, and then a little bike rental rack. I thought this was really cute too, and again, some spring aesthetic going on. I love the cherry blossom trees. I especially love when they're used for cities like this. I think the pink really adds something. It contributes something to the city aesthetic. It kind of breaks up that industrial vibe that you get when you're doing an urban layout. This also happens to be day 30 of Crossmas, or posting a video every day of December this year, and honestly, I might not have done it if it wasn't day 30, because I stayed up until 7 a.m. playing Fortnite. That's really unfortunate for me. This is the first filler space. This is a little archery setup. Like, are you joking? How cool is this? The bows. I love the fact that this is like an idea that uses the bows, because it's one of my favorite items. I think it's so beautifully crafted. But when do I ever use it? Never. I also love the custom designs here. I just think this is so creative. I typically don't do beach ideas for filler spaces, but I feel like this could be so easily adapted to land. You could put an archery setup anywhere, and I think this one is a brilliant use of the archery equipment. I mean, I think it's fun to theme a whole filler area around one furniture item. That is pretty rare. So kudos to this author, oh my gosh, I am in book world. Kudos to this island creator, because wow. While I report back to Luna in my cockroach infested house, let me know in the comments if you'd be open to tomorrow's video, the very last video of 2022 and the last video of Crossmas. Would you be open to a Fortnite stream? Because like I said, I've been playing a lot. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I feel like that's so important for content creation, is just to have fun. So let me know. Let me know if you'd be interested in a Fortnite stream as the end of the year. It's like a little celebration, getting out of my comfort zone. The next idea today is going to be this beautiful flower shop setup. I specifically love this example because it's so asymmetrical. Everything feels a bit random in placement, but it's still put together as this little shop. It looks amazing. I just think the arrangement here is really impressive. I also love this idea because flower shops are so variable. They can apply across a range of different themes. You know, you can decide on a different color scheme. You can pick different plants depending on what your theme is. This is just an idea that you can apply to so many different areas. I mean, everything about this build is variable. The size of it, the plants in use, the like actual plants like trees and flowers that are in use. You get to change anything about this to fit it into a tiny area or make it even bigger than this one. I think this is a pretty large plant shop and it looks so beautiful. So I just think this is a great idea for inspiration. To contrast with that plant shop, here is a very tiny little shop. This is like a little restaurant run by gyroids, and I think it is adorable. This is another idea that of course could be adapted. You could make it larger, but I thought it was a useful comparison to see how tiny these little filler spaces can be. I mean, look at this, and it's so well done. Also, the fact that it doesn't take a lot of furniture to fill a space like this. I mean, this space is a fairly medium to large size space, and this shop fills it up quite nicely, even though it's very small. Also, you already know I'm biased in favor of gyroid run businesses, literally small businesses. I think this next area is so fun and cute. I love the use of the in-game pathing to make little circles around the outdoor bath. This is a very open area. It does take up a large space, but of course, if you wanted to make it smaller, you could eliminate the path around it and keep it to this little outdoor bath setup. I think this is adorable, and the lead up is so nice. All of the string lights, I mean, this leads up to resident services, and look at this little pathway. It's just so well done. I love this aesthetic that's going on here. The glowing moss, everything about it is just ethereal. Very different from the ideas we've seen so far. Look at this very futuristic city construction area. I love this vibe. I wanted to showcase this because I know a lot of people love urban themes for their islands, and I think this one is so well done. Look at the arrangement of all these items. We've even got a bird shadow on the road, but this is so cool, and it does take up a heck of a lot of space as you run through. I wanted to get a picture of it, or like a camera view of it so you could see everything, but like, look at this huge area that it's taking up, and of course it stretches on beyond what you could see just in the camera shot, but this is so cool. And again, it's not really centered on any building, it's just a ton of furniture arranged really smartly, and you know, it comes together to make a recognizable scene. We all know the vibes of a construction zone. It looks so realistic here. The vibes are all over the place for today's video because this next build is a super natural one. I hate saying super in the natural because it sounds like I'm saying supernatural is one word. I mean like it's really natural. Look at this. I love the arrangement of mushrooms in this little circle. It's giving like a fairy circle. I don't know, it reminds me of rock gardens, except you don't have to go through the trouble of arranging the rocks. The tree stumps look so good here. I think this is so creative and fun, and the mix of tree stumps and bushes, again, variable. You can use whatever you'd like here. You could use something instead of dropped mushrooms if you'd like, and you could use, you know, any of the bushes and any of the different bloom cycles. So I feel like this is another very adaptable build, and I think it's just so cute. It looks so good here. I would love to incorporate something like this on my forest core island when I make one, you know, someday in the future. But yeah, I love this idea. I think it's so cute and so well executed. I think I've been showing a lot of medium and large builds today, so I wanted to showcase this tiny little book nook. Of course, another variable build. You could make this any size you want to just by adding more book-related furniture, more seating areas, etc. But I think this is so cute. I love the color scheme here. It looks so good, especially in winter, although I don't know if I'd want to sit out here in the cold. Honestly, worth it for a good book. I think the magazine rack is a good idea here. It adds a little something special to the build, and I like that the color matches the seats so well. It's just amazing, and the detail here with the plants is really nice. The lantern, because of course you need light to read. It's just, I don't know, I think it's so cute. I myself am a huge book lover, so I just love to see it. A tiny little book nook here on this island, and I like that it's right beside an incline too, because I feel like these can create some tricky small spaces to fill. I think another challenge with, you know, filler spaces, like when you have space to fill, it's often a vertical space. I don't know about you all, but I do struggle with that a lot. And so I love this idea, a little boardwalk next to the beach. I love the addition here of a little basketball hoop. It makes it interactive, you know, makes this area feel lived in. I also love, of course, the books, the reading materials out and about. This is a good idea for, pretty much any kind of theme that you could have an urban spot in. You know, tropical islands have boardwalks, cities can have stretches of sidewalk like this. I just think it's really clever, and I love the use of fake buildings here as well, made with the turned around bus stop. I think it looks so, I don't know, the vibes are just really good. I love the aesthetic of this. In addition to being vertical, I think this is a really good example of how you can fill the space on the very edge of your island. Sometimes it can be tricky to fill these spaces because the beaches are so curvy. The way it meets the beach is not a straight line, and so it can sometimes be difficult to fill this space in a way that looks natural, but I think this creator succeeded. Up next is right beside resident services. Here we've got a little magazine and newspaper stand. I think this is precious. The setup is amazing, and I love how these roads curve. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of the last beach, how, you know, the beach is curvy. This is a way to fit into an awkward little space. This is a little nook full of seating areas, lots of magazine related things, and I love the vending machine too. The color vibes here are really nice, and so is the time of day. Actually, that's like a little hack for you. If you don't like your build, view it at a pretty time of day before you give up. Like sunset, 12 out of 10, it does improve everything. This is just really beautiful. I think the boxes here with stacks of magazines are really clever. It makes it feel real. It makes it feel like a real magazine and newspaper stand. And I also just love these custom designs. Like, look at the little NPCs. We've got Brewster, Flick, Pascal, Red even. It's cute. It's precious. Don't even get me started on this filler area. Let me open the camera so that you can appreciate this. This is beside a house. There is this little seating area, and in order to create a view, there's this huge like sunken waterfall space. How beautiful is this decor? Also, the fact that the gyroid is over there, he's just stuck, he's chilling. This is just amazing. The terraforming is phenomenal. You wouldn't even know it, but resident services is like right on the other side of those cliffs. It is wild to me that people are this creative. I mean, this is just a little cliff outcropping beside a house, and it is decorated to a T. It is literally perfect. Look at this. It's beautifully done. It feels so full and lush, and again, decor could be variable. You can tweak this to your own theme and it'll be amazing. It is just a lovely setup. Oh my gosh, look, the gyroid's moving. We saved him. What a king. Anyway, he looks like a little ghost. I think this is brilliant terraforming and design. I wanted to go ahead and get started here on the island of Max 2.0 and look at this gorgeous lake with these trees that are kind of ascending, so it looks like a mountain. Hello? Here is a better look at the area. Just a stunning build, and of course, it's filling a huge area on the island. I mean, this is a lot of water, a lot of land, a lot of trees, and trees on their own take up a lot of space since you can't have them very close together, so I just think this is gorgeous. It definitely does fill the space, and it's a good idea for any natural island having this huge build that's just so visually appealing. It's beautiful. Up next, we've got this beautiful market area going on, just a bunch of little buildings sprawled out near resident services. I think this is a great idea if you don't want to do a ton of terraforming, just having these little shops set up, and it goes down onto the beach as well, so it's taking up a lot of space, not just on land, but for the beaches if you're struggling to decorate them. I just think this is super cute. We've got a little restaurant vibe here. I love these two like hutches put together. I can't remember what this furniture item is called, but it looks really nice doubled up like this. And then there are just different little shops and things around. Also, look at this. You can get your fresh sugar, flour, etc. How cute! This fills up a ton of space without the stress of having to figure out cliff terraforming or water terraforming, and again, fills up some space on the beach too with this little ice cream parlor run by a gyroid. I love when people use gyroids in builds. Anyway, this is super cute and just a great way to fill space with a bunch of items that you might have in storage already. Up next, this design is blowing my mind. We've got this pergola on top of a cliff, which has some just absolutely gorgeous terraforming around it, by the way. This is so pretty. Like, look at this. Look at this. We've got 4 directions that you can go in. It's like a little cliff full of inclines. It is so pretty. I'm like actually speechless just trying to like take this in. The custom designs and everything around the trees, just stunning. And back this way is a little land bridge with some colored arches, which I think are gorgeous. I very rarely see the frozen items in use, and this one is stunning beside this other pergola. It's just so pretty. This is just to the left of resident services, by the way, so it's filling a little area, kind of directing you to different parts of the island. You know, you can go south to go one way, you can go over to the west towards the western beaches. There's also the resident representative house right here. There's just a ton going on. The custom designs are gorgeous. Everything just fits together so seamlessly. It's just amazing to look at. I also just always appreciate a good fruit tree, you know? We've got just another absolutely gorgeous, breathtaking island here. Look at this. We've got a little flower field with this spiraling custom design path, and you can lay down so you're like laying in the flower field. Everyone shut up. Like, I'm sorry, look at this. It's just a stunning little way to set up a flower garden. This island as a whole has like a meadow feel to it, just stunning. It's like a little springy meadow island. Also, the little bunnies around. Are you kidding? I should probably stay on the path and stop trampling these flowers. This is so precious, and the parasols making like bigger flowers here and there. The flowers in general are just so well picked. These colors fit together gorgeously. I mean, hello, what are we looking at right now? And look at this little flower bag design. Are you joking? And obviously this fills up quite the space. If you have just an empty area on your island, it's never too late to make it into a meadow design. Whether you separate it up with a path like this or not, it's going to turn out stunning because the flowers in this game are so cute. So here's a wonderful idea you can apply across a multitude of themes. You can use any color scheme, you know, make it your own. We've got a very unique sort of desert theme happening here, and this area, again, this is huge. This is a massive area, so I hope you're getting inspiration if you have just very large parts of your island to still design. This is like little desert mountains. Like, look at this. The vibes are like distant sand dunes. Bonus points if you recently watched Dune 2, you know what I mean? This is super cool to me. I love that there's water here as well. Just a big glistening lake. The island is set to autumn, and I love that because it gives this grass the like sandy color to match the volcano items in the background, and I just think this is great. It's also kind of making use of the sides of the cliffs, like the color of them. I feel like I often try to cover mine up because my islands tend towards being green, and it's cool to see the cliffs themselves kind of play a role in this color scheme. They look, you know, perfect for the theme. Up next, a slightly smaller area, but it involves terraforming, and you know terraforming takes up a ton of space regardless. This gorgeous sunken waterfall design. I love this evergreen ash in the middle too. I think that's so cool to incorporate here. I love the waterfalls. I think it's so cool that it's both a sunken waterfall from the back, like there's a waterfall back there, and there's also one here in the front of this sunken area. This is just very beautiful. So you can appreciate the terraforming itself a little more. Here is an overhead look at it. Isn't this sick? Isn't it so cool? Just a lot going on here, and terraforming is always a great way to fill space. You can do just limitless things with the water terraforming, waterscaping, and cliffscaping. It looks amazing, and I love the decor. Also fun that this is another little autumn-themed island. Next up, we've got this beautiful shrine area. I'm loving all of the red items being used here. This is just beautiful, surrounded by bamboo and some of the Zen themed items. I love the outdoor bath here too, adding some ambiance, some ASMR, water ASMR. This is just super pretty, and I love the custom designs as well. It feels kind of dilapidated, maybe even a little forgotten. It's overgrown with all of these weeds, but it just has a lovely aesthetic happening here. It's just gorgeous. I didn't even notice at first, but we've also got the Stonehenge item in use here. There's like some subtle hints of symmetry going on. I don't even know why I said subtle. There's definitely some symmetry happening here in the back with items and with the trees, and it just looks amazing. This island is blowing my mind as I'm walking around. I'm just like stunned. But for this island, we've got this huge road design happening. New take on a land bridge, for real. They've got like this mini forest kind of making, it's like an illusion here. The pine trees are all small, so they match with the cypress plants, and they look amazing. This is just so, like, what? I've never seen such a large road design in the game before, and this works so well. I also love the volcanoes here on the cliff sides, kind of making it mountainous. It's just, wow. What a cool design. Also, look at this little cactus with the flowers. I'm crying. Anyway, clearly this is a huge space being taken up here, and it's got pretty limited items, to be honest. It's easy to acquire all of these items. You just need one car and then a bunch of cypress plants and regular just flora, and it looks stunning. It's just breathtaking. Next, I have an Animal Crossing classic for you, the forest. You could never go wrong with a forest, and I love this one because there's actual island lore happening here, which is funny because we've got the witch right here. Oh my gosh, and the witch is named Lexi. What are the chances of that? It's just me and my witch friend Lexi out here. Lex and Lexi, we're like this. I'm crossing my fingers. You can't see me, but I'm crossing my fingers. Lexi says, "Stay out of my forest," which goes into the lore that this island was occupied by a witch before the villagers moved in, and all the witch wanted was for the villagers to leave her enchanted forest alone. She was fine with them joining the island, becoming, you know, island inhabitants, but they came into the witch's forest and they started chopping it down. So we've got this ominous stay out sign, and then as you walk forward, the forest is being deforested. We're experiencing an environmental crisis here as the villagers chop down trees for resources. I think that lore is so clever. I love it when islands have, you know, little stories behind them. I think it's so fun. So anyway, I thought that was super cute, and it fills up a huge portion of the island. Like, most of the right side of the island is taken up by this forest and the deforested part. So what a cool and fun idea. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope that you found some inspiration. I would hope so, in these, like, more than 50, more than 60 probably, ideas for filler spaces. Hopefully something was helpful. If not, I hope this little walk through my current Normcore island helps. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Anyway, like and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.